This week's featured SEL tip of the week is also in response to a theme I've noticed in the survey. And many of the entries have been about how do I motivate my students? They're not producing work, they're giving up easily, and just the work production is just significantly lower than where it was in the beginning. And so really, I want to share with you to help frame our thinking that we are all going through the stages of grief. We are grieving the loss of a school year. For our 5th and 8th grade students, they're grieving the loss of significant opportunities and graduation, grieving the loss of not being able to be around relationships and friendships. So in regards to just having this frame, you have to support where everybody's at and really understanding that this is the process. And you'll notice that the very first step is typically shock, right? That's when we first heard the news that we would not be coming back, COVID-19, the health implications. From there, we move into denial and trying to avoid the things from happening. We can really be at any stage at any time, and certain people will be at different stages longer. There might be in different order, but just know these are the stages. And what I'm noticing is a lot of the requests are focused around how students are really pouring out their emotions. Well, that's going into that anger level, that third level here. The bargaining and depression, and especially with the low motivation, thinking through that's where a lot of our students are kind of falling. I'm not saying that we are depressed, and I am not a therapist, but still noticing that these are still things and processes that we go through, even ourselves. You might be noticing you're not wanting to do different types of planning as you were in the beginning, and that's okay. We're going through the stages. So there are some tools to help. Again, you can always seek other avenues for help. If you're noticing a child is really needing significant help, please contact their families and contact your support service staff, and they can get in touch with potentially outside resources as well. So the tools would be to validate. That's probably the number one thing. Validate where the students are feeling, letting them know that it's okay and that we can move past this, right? So it's okay that you're feeling blank. I understand that. How can I help? Those words are so significant. Journaling, especially since there's a lot of different limitations on our tools that we have, and being able to have conversations, sharing with them strategies on how to journal. When you're providing your instruction, see if there's any way how you can add choice, a choice in where they start, a choice in how it is produced, a choice of maybe they can connect with a classmate or you, or the timing, just wherever you can find a choice. Approaching this through a trauma-informed lens. This is global trauma, basically. So we want to be approaching this with care, and maybe even creating a special motivator, maybe something specific to connection and relationship. Maybe it's, if they're sharing their thoughts and turning in work, maybe you're writing them an extra special letter that gets sent in the mail, or something along those lines, or an extra moment with a small group, or just anything that would be helpful for them to keep them motivated. And if you want to explore this further, please complete an SEL coaching form, and we could talk through this and some other ideas, but really support them through the motivation. The biggest thing is just show up and keep being there. That's the structure. That's what they need. They need this relationship, and we'll go from there.